sheep and goat mostly reared in those climatic conditions where many of the species and many of the animals are unable to survive and they are treated to the climatic condition. These animals can survive in that climatic condition. As you know that indigenous animals have good germ plasm, but because of less productivity, the production of these animals are very less. Although they have the more disease resistance capability, they can survive in little food or a scarcity of the food. That's why they are reared by the downtrodden people or grassroots peoples. You all know that sheep and goat is the five-star animals. Five derivatives are mostly used in the form of mutton or chivan, wool, manure, skin, and milk. That's why they are known as ATM. In our country, we have different breeds of the sheep, goat, and sheep that have twins and triplets. So average numbers of kids produced in a cycle determines the incomes of the sheep and goat. So average daily gain and average production 160 kids per year, 100 per 100 goat may be fruitful for the rearers. Conception rate, that means how much insemination or natural breeding is done and how much it conceives. So 90% could be there. And newborn, about two twins at least. Mortality rate should be less than 5%. So if it is survived 162 kids in a year, that means that industry is highly fruitful. Different factors affect and stimulate the production of the sheep and goat: feeding cost, culling, managemental expenditure, and the fixed expenditure. Different activities required: delivery care, care of newborn, orphan feeding, deworming, castration, ear tagging, de-ticking, and hoof trimming. These are the important parameters and important managemental practices that have to be taken for the sheep and goat. How goat is cultivated? What is the benefits? What is the peculiar characteristics of the goat that can survive in any fragile climatic condition, any abnormal climatic condition that is normal for the goat? Most of the animals are unable to survive, but it can survive because of its fastidious food habit. They can eat and swallow different items in a very little bit of time. Because of the mobile upper lips that helps to graze wide ranges of herbs, shrubs, and grasses, and it has a very good feed conversion efficiency. About 40% feed is converted in sheep and goat, particularly in goats, although 35% in cows. It can take dry matter 4 to 5% of their body weight, or although cattle takes only 2.5%. Goat is known as poor man's cows because it is available to the poor. It can be grown in any climatic conditions and has a wide adaptability. Different products of goats, as you have seen earlier, fibers, mohair, pasmina, meat, dairy products, leather, and manures. Manures is one of the important products that is used in different soil. Goat hair is used for rope making. Rope making is one of the important businesses. Goat skins have great demand in leather goods, different apparels, and different products of the garment. Mohair is one of the precious items and fibers derived from the goat, from Angora, Pasmina, Kashmiri goats, where there is low temperature and low climatic condition and high altitude. You know that under 60-meter height, 1 degree centigrade temperature declines. That's why at high altitude of the Himalayan regions, temperature declines very much in negative degree centigrade. That's why these goats are found in temperate climatic conditions of our country. The intestines of goats and sheep are also used for the catgut in medicinal field or the surgical field. Next important product of goat is goat milk, naturally homogenized, and that can be consumed to the human and human baby. Always questions asked that which milk is very suitable to the human consumption because of the small fat globules, well emulsified, and contains different essential amino acids and minerals. It has the 9 minerals that is uncomparable to the other milk and milk products. Biological value of the milk of goat is also very high comparable to the human milk, and it it is also rich in antibiotics because of the vertical grazing. Different shrubs, trees, and grasses are consumed, so different items are amplified in their body. It has good therapeutic value for the people suffering from different types of diseases. Particularly, I have highlighted dyspepsia, dengue, pyloric stenosis, peptic ulcers, liver dysfunction, jaundice, insomnia. So different types of disorders. Like that, Indian sheep has also much contribution to our Indian economy and cultural and religious field. So it is also source of not only nutritional security, but also the livelihood of the people of the marginal and landless farmers. And they can be grown in any climatic condition and have no religious taboos, wide acceptance to every peoples of the society. We produce 556 million kg of mutton and 43 million kg of wool and export 22,000 million tons of sheep product in the form of mutton that comprises $129 million. They are mostly raised in the similar climatic conditions, particularly in the arid climatic conditions. The numbers of sheep and goat is more in the arid zones of Thar desert of our country, particularly in the Rajasthan, Gujarat regions. The important products of meat, milk, and wool. There is different types of wools, temperate breeds, high altitude breeds have fine wool, and as we go from upper altitude to lower altitude, the size of wool is of low quality. So we have also taken cross-breeding programs for improvement of the wool from temperate breeds, although from the meat quality of point of view, we have the high quality of the meat, goat and sheep both. These are the different production system, the farm flock methods, the range or band methods, confinement methods. We can cultivate and rear the animals in confinement area, lamb feeding methods. So these are the different methods. There are different types of breeds of the sheep, meat breeds, dual purpose breeds, wool breed, hair breeds. Merino is one of the important breeds. They are grown for the wool purpose and has high demand in the world. They are originated in Europe, particularly in the Spain and Portuguese region, and high demand for the ivory. One of the cross is also developed in our country, Avisan. This is also prolific sheep. Mostly sheep are of one, lambs are given, but she can give 2 or 3 or 4 even. So high prolific acid, breeding weight 16 kg. Survivability of adult is also much more in compared to the other animals. This is crossed developed by Garol, Malpura, and Patamati. Many of the indigenous breeds have been developed for the carpet or wool purpose. That is Chokla, Marwari, Magra. They are the important breeds in our country for the wool purpose. This is also Dumba sheep, one of the important breeds that is cultivated for the meat purpose. Many of the genetic improvement programs have been taken in the different states of our country for sheep and goat. Chotanagpuri, Mandya, Macheri, Sonadi, Malpura, Muzaffarnagar. These are the different breeds of the sheep that have taken improvement in our country. This is the dairy milk production. Still, we are contributing very much detailed amount of milk with respect to buffalo and cattle. So high yielding potential of the sheep can be harvested by cross breeding program or selection of the high quality of the sheep that can be seen from the Israel. Share of sheep population in the major states, you can say Andhra Pradesh has the highest share with respect to sheep, Rajasthan, Tamil Nadu. These are the different regions that have the contribution. Mutton productivity point of view, mutton production, Andhra Pradesh leads the other states. So this is the chart of the arid region production of the mutton of sheep. In wool production, Rajasthan leads the other states. Here, wool production is 32% share with respect to the other states. Jammu and Kashmir also produces high quality of wool that has contribution 16%. In Karnataka, Telangana, Gujarat, like that. These are the AI centers. AI also introduced the sheep region-specific sheep health calendar because of the high humid climatic condition in our country, it is suitable for the small animals or small organisms. That's why there is more growth of the pathogens, insects, and different types of disease carrier agents. That's why we have to take a special care to these animals for make survivability more and more yield. Different products from wool, quilt, baby bed, mat. These are the different products, value-added products, value addition, biological value addition, and artificial value addition. We can produce value-added products from milk of the sheep. This is the mozzarella cheese and the paneer. Different managemental practices, you know that for the every animals, there is need of the feeding, health management, breeding, processing, and facilities given for the more growth and less mortality in the young ones. So these are the different products as fiber, mohair from Angora goat, the goat, Pasmina, Chego, and Changthangi, paint from Karakul, milk, Sanen, Jamnapari beetle, and with Black Bengal, Nubian Alpine, Trojanberg, and Boer. These are the different. This is the Angora already. This is one of the important Sanen breed. This is known as queen of the goat because of high producing potential comparable to milk of the cattle and buffalo, and she can eat more than normal indigenous cattle breeds found in Switzerland. This is Jamnapari, one of the important breeds that is used for the milk production. Roman nose, this is peculiar features, tan color. Black Bengal, one of the important breeds, not only in our country, but whole of the planet. Black Bengal has high quality of meat and more triplets, quadruplets, even pentalets. She can give birth to young ones. So its skin and meat both have the high quality and have high demand world over. Although size of the animals is very less, 10 to 15 kg, they are most prolific breed. Now come on the housing. How managemental practices we will adopt so that less mortality and more comfort animals and more yield can be taken. So fencing and appropriate housing for the goat proof and predator proof houses should be there. Woven wire, semi-permanent electric and portable electric netting and poly wire may be used. This is different designs of the houses of sheep and goat in our country. These are the housing design. The young ones and adult may be keep there. Multi-storage houses may be prepared and they can be grown because of infestations and chances of infection from low-lying areas. So these are the common practices in high hill areas or high rainfall climatic conditions. This is also multi-tier arrangement of the goat and sheep rearing practiced in different parts of our country. The floor space should be like that may be easily cleaned. The housing space should be of more open so that obnoxious air can be exchanged. More amount of nitrogenous matters and ammonia there in the urine of the and dung of the goat. These are the barbed housing and rope are there. Different types of housing. Manger is at uplifted about 1 feet from the ground so that they can easily browse or eat the grasses and different products we are supplying to the animals. So these are different types of mangers arrangement. Hay and mangers are given to the animals. These are the different feeds, different types of feeds are there in open environmental climatic conditions applied to the goat. Concentrates are given. Nutritional requirements. As you know that every animal has managed in such a way that nutritional components should be fulfilled. So sheep and goats require high level of protein, particularly during the breeding season. Protein is one of the important sources, not for the bodybuilding, but also for the wool production. Legumes and grasses and plants are found in the pasture. They are given high quality hay containing alfalfa, protein supplements, supplementation of different ingredients like salt, mineral mixtures, vitamin, and optimum amount of water. These are supplemented to the animals. Feed composition vary according to the environmental or producing ability of the soil. Different soils have different producing ability, but more or less as a thumb rule, 55 to 60% carbohydrate and 30% protein and 2.5% minerals or salt, 0.5% is given. 60-30 or it is divided in 10 in mineral mixture, common salt or molasses. So these are the feed ingredients in different stages: feed ration, growing, lactating, and pregnant animals. So maize comprises 37%, pulses 15%, oil cakes 25%, wheat bran 20%. That means 37 and 20, about 55 to 60% carbohydrate, and pulses and oil cakes about 40%. So these are the different compositions that slightly vary in the different stages of the sheep and goat. So refuges apart from the concentrates are given, and kids have given more concentrate, more protein because of the high growth potential and growing stage. We can give supplements if we wean the animals, wean the kids or lambs. These are the managemental practices. We can give in a space. Drip feeding is also given, and plus ration, that more proteinous diet during the breeding season. These are the different ingredients of the drip feed: cereal grains, bran, and cake, broken pulses, like that discussed in the earlier slides. So crib feed given to the young one lambs or kids, in which about 55 to 60% carbohydrate sources and 30% protein, 30 to 35% protein sources, and salts and minerals are given. Milk production is a limiting factor for the young ones when there is multiple birth, multiple twins, and pasture is limiting because of the marginal farmers are there in our country, small holdings. They are encroaching the lands. That's why sheep and goat are in threat right now. So increasing the land, increasing the pasture, and availability of the good pastures will reduce the threat to these animals, and resistance to disease or parasites. So these animals have to be taken a special care. Different problems the animals face: nutritional disorders like rickets, milk fever, alopecia, urinary calculi, difficulty at delivery, poor productivity, and lower farm productivity observed because of the low average daily gain, increased abortions, increased mortality rate. So after proper care and management practices, we can reduce the mortality rate and nutritional deficiency in young ones. Pastures is also one of the important factors for sheep and goats because they are natural browsers and have the unique ability to convert biological fauna resources to biological valuable milk and wheat resources. And they are not competitive to the human beings, so they may be used by the animals. Pasture and browse are usually the primary and most economical source of nutrients for the wheat goats. Pasture tends to have high energy and protein, so every products of the nature can be utilized and can be converted into a very fruitful products, even from grasses, from waste products of the kitchen, from waste products of the farm, or leaves. They are not used by the human. So every product of the nature has immense energy and immense quality that can be converted into different valuable products. So pasture plants mature. They have the palatability and digestibility. So these vegetable matters are important for the sheep and goat. Hay is also one of the primary source of nutrients for the goats during winter. and non-grazing season when there is little numbers of vegetations. They are also the moderate source of protein and energy. Legumes have more protein like alfalfa, clover, and they have also proteins and vitamins and minerals also, and this source of the calcium. The energy has also more in the forage. So this can be applied in the form of hay or in the form of silage when there is a scarcity of fodder. Forage or grain crops has the successful food for the goats. Mouldy silage can cause listeriosis, so a special prevention and a special care had to be taken. And silage typically feed on large farms due to need for storage and automated feeding equipments. As you know that there is need of the next crop, next young ones. So we supply to the animals artificial feed or the prepared food. The weaning is essential instruments for making the animals to come in heat sudden after birth in 20 or 1 month. Lactational stress has to be reduced by giving extra ration. They have to be put in the pastures. They have also castrated. So castrated stress has to be fulfilled by giving optimum quantity and quality of the ration to the young ones. Internal parasites have to be removed. Risk of mastitis has to be reduced. These are the different important precautionary measures have to be taken. The weaning kids. So take care of newborn kids by providing guardrails, treat and disinfect, protect the kids, dehorn and disbudding is done. Male kids should be castrated for more growth and more quality meat from sheep and goat. Vaccination is also scheduled. Proper selection of kids and additional feed requirements during the different seasons have to be provided. Selection is one of the important criteria for high quality and high productive potential sheep and goat. Animal should have the good health, good physical features that have to be selected. Vaccinate the new ones, keep the newly purchased animals under observations. Animals are to be bred at the interval of 8 to 9 months so that conditioning should be there. And old aged animals, genetic populations, problematic animals, the animals have miscarriage or a stillbirth, and those animals that have a stunted growth, this should be culled from the farm. Breeding care should be taken. You know that they sprinkle the urine at the head. We should plan to obtain 3 kidding in 2 years in a period by adopting optimum managemental conditions. Symptoms of heat and availability of bugs have to be made in the farm. Keep male in separate partition. Libido of the male has to be assessed so that the male having more conception rate, more potential to transmit the genetic capability that have to be selected, and females have to be replaced after 5 to 7 years. These are the breeding goats. Age of puberty about 7 to 10 months. When female attains 60% of the weight of the mature one, they can be permitted for the conception or the insemination or the mating, and male have to be also grown 60 to 70% of the body weight of the mature buck. You know that goats are seasonal in their breeding habits, so seasonal care have to be taken. These are the sequential sexual behavior in the during heat period: self-marking, sniffing, Feldman reaction, lateral process, and mounts with ejaculates. These are the reproductive managements. All types of producers must maintain efficient production practices. These are the reproductive aspects, you know, all age of puberty, breeding age, stress length, ovulation, age of puberty in male, breeding season, normally when there is optimum luxurious growth of the grasses and different vegetations are there. For the every animals where there is availability of more and more food, then there is breeding season for that particular animals. These are the different castration methods utilized, non-surgical and surgical, by using Badiou castrator. These are the different seasons, cycle-wise, month-wise, yearly distribution. Twins are the most common in goat. Triplets may be there. Protection against diseases, different disease infestation, infection can be there. So there is need of the special care. Deworm the animals, regular examination of the feces, consult the veterinarians when there is ill, and protection from the during the contagious diseases. Immediately there is need of the segregation of the animals from healthy animals. There is chances of predators, so there is need of the control of the predator, carcass removal, good neighboring relations, and dog is also kept there. Deworming is one of the important remedial measures as a managemental practices carried out for the sheep and goat. It is a curative treatment, no fixed schedule for deworming, need based when there is need, but we follow mostly after the rainy season and depends on the worm load and the farm specific. When there is more growth and more worms are there, then we will follow the deworming schedules. So this is the vaccination chart, different seasons, PPR, pox, flu tongue, different diseases, FMD, diseases for which vaccines are not available. These are E. coli, BT, foot rot, metaprotozoans, skin infections, dipping, which follow when the animals are taken in tunnel or where there is different types of antiseptic agents, spraying, hoof trimming. So these practices are taken. Different types of illness observed in sheep and goat. When there is problems, when it is healthy, it remains in alert and active. Tail should point upward, no skin inspection, no lameness, no nasal discharge, no cough, no diarrhea, and remains ruminating. Fishes should be granule type, no presence of ticks and no mites. Different types of predisposing factors are lack of natural or passive immunity, stress factor, overcrowding, poor hygiene, poor biosecurity, extreme weather or extreme environmental conditions, imbalanced ration, undernutrition, infected soil, infected air, contaminated water, carrier animals, they may contaminate and cause ill to the animals. So these are the different common health problems, internal parasites like stomach worms, coccidiosis, tapeworms, lungworm, liver fluids, meningeal worms, hoof problems like foot rot, foot scald, respiratory problems, pneumonia, digestive problems, of course. So these are the common problems that are observed in the sheep and goat. Common parasitic diseases are there: lice, horn flies, stable flies, ticks. These are the mites and most of the common external parasites. Symptoms includes bites, scares, spores. Pesticide spray around the pen or directly on the animal can serve as a treatment measures. Good sanitation and hygiene have to be followed. Mastitis is also one of the problems of the good milk producer animals. So they have the sign of fever, depression, decreased milk yield, blind teats, abnormal milk, hardening of the milk, teats. Sometimes not visible, but bacterial counts remains high. So treatment are sensitive and treatments are done. Control of internal parasites, passes the rest or oration, multi-species grazing, zero grazing, browsing, selective deworming, proper drug use. These are the different control measures. Treatment of digestive like spores, ketopeptide, imodium, probiotics, electrolytes, probiotics like yogurt for growth of the bacteria. These are the respiratory problems, pneumonia that may be caused either by viruses, bacteria, or parasites, and non-infectious diseases like lungworms, nasal bloods, poor ventilation, thirsty feet, and stress. Haemonchus contortus resistance flow, avicaline, and malpura. These are the different vaccinations tool as you have seen earlier. FMD, PPR, pox, basic septicemia, is deworming and cooking is done. And bendazole. Next, marketing. Marketing, one of the important factors that govern cultivation and rearing of sheep and goat, because market is available, then its production will be even boost. Mainly, the goat products include and kids, manure, fibers, skin, and culled animals. Marketing avenues for the above products are slaughterhouses and individual meat consuming customers. So, slaughterhouses and hygiene and sanitation measures have to be taken. And now there is more demand in the Bakrid season. Bakrid, so we have to give opportunity to feeding during that season that may have the growth at the marketing age or optimum growth during the Bakrid. And in winter season, there is more demand of the meat. Meat goats are sold based on their size and age. So different products of the food, sheep and goats. Goat milk can be used to make cheese. Daily goat producers markets their products primarily to direct market, farmers markets. Goat is one of the fastest growing cheeses in the present scenario of the cheese market in our country. So pizza, salads, different desserts are also prepared. Goat and sheep produces most valuable biological products by biological value addition to those products that are not competent to the animal food or not competent to the human different habitats. Although how much valuable and beauty are there, still there is constraints in sheep and goat because of the rapid sinking of natural pasture and grazing land. We are occupying with the paddy land, wheatland, and different types of grains land. Insufficient veterinary aids, shortage of improved breeding rams, or buck sale of lambs at early ages for the meat purpose, indiscriminate and unplanned breeding plan are there. Shortage of quality feed and fodder, unorganized marketing of the meat, wool, and skin, poor credit support for the banking institute by the banking institution. The farmers, they are remain in indebtedness. Most of the farmers have empty belly and they are in the scarcity situations. They have very low purchasing power potential because of the small value of their products. So interest of the youths are declining day by day. They are the manure pits where the dung, their pellets and different waste products are removed. It should be impermeable for the water. Poop pits, different products, waste products are also kept there and they are converted into the valuable fertilizer. Disposal is one of the important factors that need to be taken care because it is cause of different types of diseases and reservoir of different types of pathogens. Burial should be advised. A pit of 3 to 4 feet deep hole is required. Burial animals must be covered with at least 2 feet of the soil. And this should be buried far from the residential area or habitable places. So these are the advantages of the sheep farming and goat farming. Sheep and goats are good grazers and some do well on the range environmental condition, that means free range system. Compared with beef animals, sheep and goats are efficient feed converter or forage converter into meat, milk, or hide. Sheep and goats are used for more than one purpose. They are of multiple use or dynamic use in different purposes. Lambs and goats have a fast growing rate in temperate climatic condition where there is temperature, very less temperature, negative temperature. Ram or lamb are kept for heat purpose in their lab. Sheep and goats can be raised together. They have no competition. They can be grown in any situations. Sheep are used as a public and private area to control plants like poison. Sheep and goats are very popular in different regions of our country and they are available in every parts and nook and corner of the world. The disadvantage, the price of wool is very low. So producers have to pay the cost. Popularity of lamb and mutton is very low. in our country, most popular is kid or K1 or goat. Interest has lagged in lamb for the diet. Disease and parasites infestation is very much during rainy season or particularly in the tropical climatic conditions. Predators, dogs, wolves, they have the chances of the attack. Animals have more cost effective and they are reared only by marginal farmers